I remember when it was shedding a few months back. And I said, this tree looks so different. Now, when I come here, I'm going to zoom in right here. That's the residue of the shedding. So, it was brown. You know, this is just residue of the tree when it was shedding. But 90% of this tree, it have no residue on it, especially the body of it. Totally different color. The skin is so smooth. Like I said, the leaves is so soft to touch. The Holy Spirit said because it's not the same tree anymore. All the old stuff, the former stuff have passed away. It's been transformed. This is a totally different person. It's the same tree that was in the yard, that was standing here, that was shedding, but it's not the same tree. If that makes sense what I just said. And likewise, we should be just like this tree. And so the scripture over in Romans 12:2, it simply reads, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of God. You know, and so it's the renewing of the mind that I want to concentrate on is, you know, when 2020 occurred and, you know, the enemy decided that they wanted to implement their pandemic, you know, and scare everybody half to death, if you will. God used that opportunity because, again, Satan can't do anything unless God gives him permission, right? So we have to understand that it was God's will for this pandemic to take place, if you will. And it was to wake us up. It was to get us ready, to get us prepared. And those who heed the call, they would have went deeper in God. They would have done a self-examination of themselves. They would have asked God to purge their heart, their mind. Why? Because now their eyes have opened. And the spell that the enemy cast on many of us had been lifted to where we can really see what's going on in our land, in our world, and in the church. And so this was a time for us to get rejuvenated. It was a time for us to get revived. It was time for us to get clarity as to what our specific assignment is, what our specific calling is, you know. And like that tree, 2 years later, like that tree, we should no longer look the same. We should no longer act the same, speak the same. Even we should have even acquired even more wisdom and more knowledge by now. Yeah, we should be looking just like that singular tree out there that's all alone. Walking alone, but with God. Because God is constantly in our ears, telling us what to do, where to go, how to move, what choices and decisions to make, even what people we should not associate with. Oh yeah, we are no longer the same. And the hidden ones are being revealed. The chosen ones, oh yes, we're being moved into position. Oh, absolutely. So that beautiful tree that's sitting out there in my yard, trust me, God's people is beautiful. And you're going to know who they are really soon. All right? Meditate on God. Meditate on His Word. Go within to find what is your purpose, what is your calling. What is it that He is mandating that you do for the kingdom. Because it's time to be kingdom-minded, not church-minded. Kingdom-minded. Why? Because we're building the kingdom right here on earth. All right? And the righteous shall inherit the earth. You be blessed.